Hi there, my name is Charles Jackson. I'll be your instructor this term for G107. What we have here is a course that's entirely online, and when you navigate into the course from your Canvas environment, this is your home screen. So it gives you an idea of what to expect as you get started in the course. And if you'll read through each one of these items, I think it'll be fairly intuitive because some of you and most of you probably have a background in the electronic learning environment, which can be sterile. So if this is your first electronic course, if this is your first online course, hang in there. Sometimes you feel like you're on an island and you're not exactly sure if you're doing things correctly. So you can reach out and communicate to others through discussions, so that you have the discussions link here. You can interact with others there. So if you have questions and you want to try to figure out if you're on the right track and you're not absolutely sure, you can send a help type of a discussion, and that's what you have here with your help form. You have Cyber Cafe, and then you have other discussions that are going to be required coursework. So that's a wonderful area to seek just general help if you're not absolutely sure if you're on the right path. So what will we do in the course? We're going to interact the most with something called your modules. Your modules is like a weekly objective or a task list of things that need to be done in a course. So on a pace of one per week, you will have a module. You'll open each module and it gives you a task list and information of what you need to be reading, what should be done, and it gives you a little background and some optional apps that go along with the course content. So you'll open up each one of these modules. For example, session 1 correlates to week 1, and we have one chapter of content. Not all modules will have just one chapter of content. Many will have multiple, so we can fit the content into a compressed time frame. So how exactly do you know what needs to be done? There's several ways you can do that. Some of you are familiar with the Google Calendar tool, which is a wonderful tool found on the left-hand side of the screen here. Some of you prefer a printed method and you want an expanded view of that, which is perfectly fine. That is expressed through a course pacing guide. So if you want the entire course at a glance, this is the entire course. So you can scroll through and see what it is that may conflict with something that's upcoming on your calendar. And as you have these events that come up through our busy worlds, then we get to have an idea of how we can work around those. So you can work forward to a certain extent in the course, but you know exactly what to expect during each week. Because we have that level of organization, we're not going to extend our due dates. So an extension request is going to be denied unless if you have an emergency situation that you can verify through some type of a physician or emergency room statement. And we don't need to do that because we have everything right here. So you know when your exams are, you know when your quizzes are, and you know everything that is within the Canvas environment, and something called Mastering Geography. So if you look carefully here at something called Mastering Geography, that's an important tool that's not going to be within the Canvas. So how do you get to Mastering Geography? You're going to need to register. So how do I get that information? That should have been packaged with your textbook, or you can purchase it on a standalone. You will need a registration code through Mastering Geography, and that is found in the syllabus. So to find the syllabus, you're going to go to the top. You're going to go kind of to the your modules area, and once you get to your modules area, it will tell what the Mastering Astronomy or Mastering Geography code is for the course, and that'll be where you log that in. Once you have those credentials logged in, this is something that you will see. So you have Mastering Geography, and once a week you will have an assignment that is due. There is extra credit embedded in here, so you can build a little extra credit to kind of take the edge off maybe a lower performing quiz or test, and that will give you a little bit of breathing room to take some of that anxiety out of those higher stakes exams as we go throughout the term. So again, this is Mastering Geography, and that is not found in Canvas. So you have two systems here that you need to go through. You have the system that is going to be based on your Canvas and your IU. Then you have your Mastering Geography. Mastering Geography course credit will not automatically go into Canvas. I will need to be bringing that in manually toward the end of the course, which will occur somewhere around week 13 or 14, and that import will take place. So you will see a grade item called Mastering Geography in your Canvas grade record, but credit will not be imported till later in the course. So how do you know what your credit is? You'll have to pay attention to your grade record in Mastering Geography. It's not that difficult. You'll just have two systems to kind of navigate here. You guys will do wonderful. So what we do in Mastering Geography is practice with the content. Since we don't meet face to face, that's the second best thing, where we can have a virtual practice and you can actually see how the science can be used, maybe professionally if you're on that pathway, or maybe in a more socially oriented way like Google Earth. We can see how they function. So I hope you learn quite a bit through the exploration as we go through this. And if you need to contact me, the best way to do so is you use Inbox. There is a phone number that you can send information to. However, it will be returned in a delayed sequence. If you would like to have the most quickest reply to your question or issue, by all means use Inbox. That's going to be the most quickly returned information. I look forward to exploring the physical systems of the Earth with you this term.